Welcome back to another episode of Secret Garden. I have a special treat for you junk food vegans. So we are making delicious vegan crunchwraps, and it's a much healthier alternative than the regular Taco Bell crunchwraps. Let's go. Fajitas also contain a metabolized protein, which is vitamin C, that helps support the immune system. If fajitas couldn't be even better. What color should I start with? Okay, red. To begin with, I am using 4 bell peppers, beginning with the red one as you just saw. All we do is simply slice our bell peppers thinly and just keep going with it. Okay, which one's next? Which one? Come on, don't be shy. Green? For some reason, these green bell peppers were massive. Now we're working towards our orange bell pepper, and we're doing the same thing. Just thinly slice it. Be careful with the knife. I've been practicing my knife skills, so if you see some hiccups, just know I am practicing. You're gonna want something like this. Now we're gonna use 1 onion for these fajitas. You cannot go wrong with onion in fajitas. Woo! After you're crying after cutting your onions, you're gonna now cook them into fajitas. Turn your pan on medium-low heat, and we are ready to start cooking with olive oil. Are you ready to cook? Because I know someone who is.
Let's cook, Cassandra.
Let your onions cook for a minute or 2 and then add all of your bell peppers. Look at all of those beautiful colors. It looks like a rainbow. Have you ever heard of the catchphrase, "Eat the rainbow"? Well, I think this is exactly what they meant. So after letting it simmer for a few minutes, we're gonna add salt, garlic powder, and lemon pepper. I'm using around 1 teaspoon each seasoning. You can add more or less, up to your liking. You're gonna cover it with a lid. And once the fajitas have softened down a little, you're gonna now take off the lid and let it cook. So a really cool thing about black beans that I didn't know until today is that they are a superfood and also help with weight loss. They also lower blood pressure and manages diabetes, and they taste so good and they have so many benefits. Wow. Now for the frijoles, you're gonna dice 1 onion. It's okay if you have bigger pieces of onion, because we're gonna blend the onion and beans together in a minute. And of course, onions never fail to make me cry. What is this witchcraft? This is what you should expect with 1 onion, and here I am still crying after cutting the onions. We're good. Let's go. Add some olive oil to a pot and add your onion. As your onion's cooking, we're gonna mince some garlic. I am using 2 cloves of garlic here. The garlic here is gonna help bring out some delicious flavors. I always prefer homemade beans, but because of sake of time, I am using canned beans. And now add your beans to the pot. We're gonna let that cook for a bit, and after it's boiling a little, we're gonna blend it together. Now that your beans are boiling, it's time to blend. The garlic and the onion that we put together is now blended together. So it depends on how you like your beans seasoned. You can add some cumin, garlic, salt, whatever it is. Add it to your liking. Here I'm adding cumin, garlic powder, and salt. Cumin does have a strong flavor, so just use a pinch and taste as you go. Delicioso. Guacamole, of course, I am Latina, so I have guacamole whenever I have tacos or whatever it is. Whatever excuse in the book I can make to have guacamole. So when I found out that guacamole helps with brain function, you have no idea how excited I got. Besides guacamole being the best thing on this planet, guacamole contains a monounsaturated fat that helps with brain function. For our guacamole, we're gonna start with 2 tomatoes, and also dice our onions as finely as possible. You can go back and re-chop it after you chop it as well. Now we're gonna get our avocados and slice them in half. Here I'm using a bunch of cilantro. The secret is to tightly wrap it in a bunch and then start cutting from there to get a finely cut cilantro. We're gonna scoop our avocado in our bowl and add our onions, tomatoes, and cilantro. Go ahead and mix and watch the magic happen. In this case, I would recommend using a bigger bowl, but it's what we had at the moment, so that's fine. Since I don't have lime, I'm using lemon pepper. It works as well. Jalapeno juice is also optional. It tastes delicious with it, but I didn't have any jalapeno juice. For this guacamole, I added lemon pepper, salt, and garlic powder. Very simple ingredients. Your guacamole is now ready. For the crunch wraps, I am using whole wheat tortillas instead of white flour tortillas because whole wheat happens to be a healthier alternative to flour tortillas. Whole wheat tortillas are also lower in calories and higher in fiber. Grab a bowl and trace a knife around the bowl in order to create a smaller tortilla. Place a big tortilla and now add your beans. Add the fajitas that you made earlier. Then add a tostada so we have a crunch, our guacamole that we made. Of course, our lechuga, our lettuce to keep it fresh. Some queso to make it cheesy. And here it's time to wrap. But let me let you know, this is not the way to wrap this crunchwrap. I learned this after cooking it. In a minute I will show you how to correctly wrap it. This isn't the correct way, so don't do this way. Alright. Now this is a different kind of wrap. You still add your beans, your fajitas, your tostada, guacamole. Of course, you can't forget about the guacamole. And differently, we are adding fritos. Fritos happen to be vegan, so we're using this. It's just to add another level of flavor to it. Adding our lechuga, queso, and now this is the correct way how to wrap a crunch wrap. This is my sister helping me out because I needed some help, some assistance, but this is the correct way on how to wrap a crunch wrap. You're gonna toast your crunch wrap on the side that we just got done wrapping so it can kind of cook the tortillas together. Ooh, look at that. Now it is time to dive in. Chef's kiss. Alright. Now thank you for watching this week's video. It means a lot if you subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you next week. Ciao!